Hey everybody, welcome to Pastor Jerone TV. I'm your host. They are protesting in Germany. I'm talking about millions of folks in the street. They are protesting this mask mandate. This is something that we should have did here in America. America was the country that used to lead in stuff like that. Around the world, worldwide, this whole thing is being used to use authority over people and lock them down. Okay? Around the world. I even saw on one of their signs, they had a picture of X'd out George Soros. They X'd out Angela, whatever their president is over there in Germany. They scratched her out, but then they had a picture of Donald Trump. America used to lead in stuff like this. America used to have this boldness, the way we wouldn't let anybody just clamor us down like this and use control over us. But because we had this weak president for 8 years that was teaching us political correctness and teaching us how to be humble so they can bind us up when it come down to the one world order, people bought into that stuff. People bought into the softness. And you see what softness gets you? It gets you riots, killing. It gets you stuff that being forced out. They're taking away Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben. This is all the stuff they force. And since you're being so passive, and since you're being easy like Sunday morning, they'll take away everything you got, everything that's good. Because they have figured it is no good for you. We've been using Aunt Jemima syrup for years. Nobody has complained about that. That's a real woman, by the way. Aunt Jemima syrup, she became a popular woman, and she was a slave but got free, became a very famous woman. Uncle Ben's rice. This man was from the Hades, or from one of those islands. Came over here and got famous. Became a famous chef in Chicago. So the people that are removing these things, they're the ones that's racist. But we should be protesting against these people. And since protest is okay, we should do it. But I guarantee you, if we got out there and protested against wearing a mask and doing all this stuff, they try to find us and find a way to find us. But since we're not protesting against the government, like these other folks, the Antifa and them are doing, it's okay. They'll try to attack us. But yeah, we got to stand up and fight. I'm gonna tell you something. President Donald Trump is at war with Big Pharma because he lowered the drug prices, and that makes them angry. See, because Big Pharma is behind this stuff with Bill Gates and the Democrat Party to try to keep America locked down on a mask until they develop this vaccine. When they develop the vaccine, they're going to make a bunch of money and make it mandatory for everybody to do it. So let's start our own movement right now. Let's go hashtag no vaccine USA. Hashtag no vaccine USA. We don't need it. We don't need a vaccine. We don't trust the vaccine. We know that Bill Gates is involved in it, and we don't want it. We are going to reject it. And it better not be mandatory. But let me tell you what they're going to do. Let me tell you what they're going to do to make it mandatory. The same thing they're doing with these masks. They can't make it mandatory. But they'll put pressure on companies and businesses and schools to make sure that it's a mandate for you to do it. So what they're going to do is that they're going to have like a certificate or something like that to say that you've been vaccinated. And unless you've been vaccinated, I can see the signs on the doors right now. Unless you have a proof of a vaccine ID, well then you can't come into the store. You can't come into the schools. And we got to nip this in the bud now. President Donald Trump or some lawmaker has got to stop this right now. Head it off, because that's exactly where they're going. They can't make us do it, but they're going to make the places where we do, commerce, where we buy food, where we do business, where we do banking. They're going to force them, thereby forcing us. And we have to shut it down. We have to stand up, America. We have to stand up. And if they don't want to do business with us, they're going to be hurt. they're going to be hurt. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. You know, should we be protesting? Should we start a protest? You know, should we start a protest? And what state should we start in? Should we go to New York? Should we go to Washington? Maybe Washington's probably the best. Washington's probably the best place to go. We go out there and do a protest. We go out when these kids are, the kids are supposed to be in school in September. But they shut the country down for nothing. And we don't want to take no stupid vaccine. We don't want it. We reject it. We're rejecting the wearing the mask. We reject the whole pandemic. We reject it. They're trying to force us not to take hydroxychloroquine. They're trying to force us not to take the steroid inhaler so that they can force us to take the vaccine. We don't want this stuff anymore. Enough is enough. Enough of the games. Enough of the games. We want America back. And these people are holding America hostage over a false pandemic virus. This thing can be knocked out with hydroxychloroquine or with an inhaler. Simple as that. Simple as that. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll see y'all on the next one.